All right, today, lesson 6.5, Similarity and Measurement. In your notes, chapter 6, pre-algebra, here we go. On this fine Monday. Look at them all wide-eyed. All right, who remembers from Friday, what was the little trick I showed you to do when we were talking about similar figures?
Number the letters.
Yes, exactly. Number the letters to help us with the corresponding angles and sides. So go up here and number them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That quadrilateral is congruent to WXYZ. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm going to show you two ways today to find the unknown sides and lengths using proportions, all right? Now, the first one is the one here in our notes. Let's fill in the boxes and go by what they have here. They say use the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides to write a proportion involving the unknown length for line VR. So right here, line VR, X, that's the one we want to find what's missing. So we're going to set up a proportion. Now what they have us doing here, they have us comparing XY. Where's XY? Over here. Okay, so what is XY? That is how many? That's 10 over, what is ST?
14.
ST, they're saying those are similar. Okay, so over 14. Now we need to pick, since we did 10 over 14, what's the other number I have here?
15.
Does 15 have to go on the top or the bottom?
Top.
Yep, because I've got the 10 here on the top over here. So I've got to have the 15 from this quadrilateral on the top here. And then what is our denominator in this one? X. That's what we're missing. So we know that these two are similar. Now we've learned, last week we also learned two words. What's it called in order to solve this? What do I need to do? Louder.
Cross products.
Yes, cross products. So let's start with our variable. 10 times x, and then our other one, 14 times 15. Calculators out. We all know this one's 10x. What does 10x equal? What's 14 times 15?
210.
Does yours match mine?
Yeah.
Yes. 210. 210. How do I solve this final one? How do I solve the final part of this equation? Divide by?
10.
Excellent. Divide by 10. X equals 21. Circle your answer. Let's go up here to our quadrilateral. We just solved for x. X is, what did we just say?
21.
21 what?
Inches.
It would be inches. So we know that side is 21 inches. All right, so there's that way to solve it. All right, or you can put one of these numbers over one of these numbers and then the matching side for your proportion. Now here's the second way to do it. You can just take the whole figure itself and compare those two sides. What two sides do we know? We know the 10 and we know the 15. So we can put this side to this side. I can write 10 over 15, or we can do 15 over 10. What do you want to do? It doesn't matter. The first one we picked doesn't matter. Which one do you want to do?
15 over 10.
15 over 10 is what I hear. 15 over 10. Okay, the first one doesn't matter, but now it matters what order we write this triangle in. And remember now, we didn't know this yet. We figured that out earlier in our other proportion. So now since I went 15 over 10, do I have to go x over 14 or 14 over x for the second part of my proportion?
X over 14.
X over 14?
Yeah.
Right, because this one is similar to this one. So we go x over 14. And if you're not sure, but this one's pretty easy by looking at it, but if they're rotated or flipped like we talked about earlier last week in those other lessons, then you're going to have to refer back up to here. I had 15. 15 is WZ. That was the one that was on the top. WZ is 1,4. That's the same as RV. So I know that this is the matching one that goes on the top. You can always go back and look at your original letters of your quadrilateral to see if they're matching, okay? Now let's see if we end up getting the same answer. Well, how about that? 10x equals 210. Divide by 10. Once again, x equals 21 inches. Now, am I going to make you do the problems one way or the other?
No.
No. Whatever works for you. Let's just take a vote. Who likes this way better, where you do one figure to another figure? Okay, how about this way that you do one triangle, or quadrilateral to the other quadrilateral? Then when you keep the same figure together. About half and half? Again, whatever works for you, you pick. Whatever's easiest for you.
Will we stick with quadrilaterals?
Nope, we'll have quadrilaterals, we'll have pentagons, we'll have triangles.
Well, what if they have more than 4 sides? Then what do? It can't be like a proportion.
Yep, it always will be a proportion. You just pick 2 of the sides. Any 2 of the sides that you know, the known ones.
Okay.
All right, let's practice some more. Let's number these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. We need to find line TS right here, where the X is at. Now, I'm going to go, let's just start with this small triangle then. If I go X is to 10, that's going to equal, well, if I go X to 10, is that going to be 15 to 12 or 12 to 15? I'm hearing 12 to 15. Let's double check. What's the same as ST? We go back up here. ST is the 2 and the 3, so it's the Q and the R. So the Q and the R, it's going to be this one that matches this one. So 12 to 15. Let's practice let's set up the proportion if you like to do it the other way. Let's take one from this one. Let's take the X. X is to what on this one? X is to, ST is the same as the QR, right? So X is to 12 as, what goes on the top here, the 10 or the 15? I heard it, 10 over 15. Okay, either way you choose to solve it, you pick whichever one you like and understand the best. But no matter what we do here, we're going to get the same answer. So I have 15x equals, what's 12 times 10? 120. Final step, I need to by what? 15. X equals 8 inches. Excellent. Okay, questions? We're good? Next problem. Now we have a little word problem. Don't freak out. It's just a little word problem. At a certain time of day, a person who is 6 feet tall casts a shadow that's 3 feet long. So here we've got our little person standing over here, and they cast a shadow that's 3 feet long. Then it says at the same time, a tree casts an 11-foot shadow. So here's the tree's 11, and here we've got our tree over here, okay? I'm a great artist, look at that, it's beautiful. And we'll put a little bird in there, okay, good. Now we're good. So, at the exact same time of the day, these are the shadows they cast. We need to find the height of the tree. How do you suppose I'm going to do that? Set up what? Set up our proportion. Line equals line. Now we've already learned that there's like about 4 ways we can set this up. I'm going to fill in one of the blanks and then we'll go from there. If I put a 6 here, what are my options to put for my numerator? I could either go 6 and 3, or I could go 6 and H. Which one do you want to do? I'll let you guys vote.
3.
Who wants the 6 and the 3? Oh, wow, that's majority. Okay, 6 to 3 equals Is it 11 to h or h to 11?
H to 11.
Right, h to 11. Because we got the height on the top, so the height has to be on the top here. The shadows are on the bottom. Do your cross products. 3h. I'm going to move this out of the way. 3h equals 66. Divide by 3. H equals what?
22 feet.
22 feet. Fantastic. Circle your answer. Questions on those? Pretty simple? All right. Now let's step it up. This is a little too boring. Let's step it up a little. You will have problems like this on your quizzes and homework. All right. Now when you look at this triangle, how many triangles do you see on this image right here?
3, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4, 3,
2, 4.
I'm hearing 1, 2, 3, and 4.
4,
1,
4.
2, 1, 2.
2,
4.
2,
2, 4.
3,
5.
5.
All right. Let's look.
4.
Everybody, I'm assuming, sees this big triangle, right?
Pretty sure.
How many is that? 1. Now, this little one inside. 2. There are 2 triangles. Now, yeah, a little different than 4 or 5. I don't know. Some of you gotta get your eyes checked. How many of me up here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We're checking.
2 because you're a shadow.
Oh, good question. Good. Yeah, good answer. All right, let's set up our proportion. What do you want to start with? Kaylee, give me a number to start with. Let's start with this little triangle. Give me a number off of that. You want to use the 30 or do you want to use the 16?
16.
16. All right. She says 16 over 16 to what? 16 to 30 equals, now we need the big triangle. We did the bottom, the right side of this little triangle, so now we got to do the right side of, what is this one?
24.
24, top or bottom? Top. Okay, 24 is to,
H. X.
how long is this whole side of this?
30 plus X.
This little part is 30, this little part is X. So how long is the whole part?
30 plus X.
Excellent. And what did we learn about this now that I have 2 little terms here, not just one? Yes, I love it. Distributive property, good memory. So therefore, put your parentheses around it. Okay, now let's set up our equation, doing our cross products. So now I've got 16 times 30 plus X. That's going to equal, I'm going to move my little, that's going to equal what?
30 times 24. 30.
Well, okay, 30 times 24.
40.
Let's solve our equation. What is 30 times 24?
720.
720 equals, what do I do first over here? You said distributive property, so what do I do first?
16 times 30.
16 times 30 is?
480.
480, thank you. And then am I done?
No,
What do I do?
16 times X.
Excellent. 16, don't forget the second guy to distribute back here. They both get to be multiplied by the 16. So plus 16x. Now what do I do?
Subtract by 480.
Absolutely correct. Minus 480, both sides. Now I have 16x equals, what do I get here? What's 720 minus 480?
2 something.
240
Yes.
equals 16. Divide by 16.
X
15.
15.
15 inches.
So x equals 15. I'm running out of room down here. Okay. Now on this problem, are we done? Before, don't let them goof you up. Don't let them trick you and say, yeah, we're done. I solved for x, right? We all did. So we go up here. This x you're telling me is What is it? It's 15 inches, right? That's what X is. Is that what we want to solve for? It says find BE. Well, here's line BE. Are we done? Did we solve for BE?
Yes.
We did. So actually in this one we're done. But on your quiz and test and in your book sometimes they'll say find line instead of BE. This might be CB. Then would I be done?
No.
Then I'd have to find this whole thing, C to B. I'd need this whole thing, so you'd have to go 30 plus 15 is, so that you would have to tell me 45. So always ask yourself before you're done, did I answer what they want me to answer? Make sense? Questions? Okay, your assignment. Page 295. 6 through 13, all. Please check the odds in the back of the book as you're working. Also, I would like you to do, since some of us I'm seeing are needing more practice with fractions, I would like 18 through 24 evens. See if you remember how to clear fractions. All right. Now, remember page 2 is due in your Friday packet. This coming Friday.